Hey everybody, what is up, dude? The boy's back at it again. I went and got the iPhone 10. I literally like went in line like 4 a.m. and I went outside. It started raining. These news people came. They tried to interview everybody, but I was just too tired. I'm like, dude, I can't do this right now. But I went and I got the iPhone 10. And upon opening it up, I did an unboxing yesterday. You guys can see that. This is just like the full review of it and basically my thoughts on it. So, starting off with the body, it's extremely good looking. A lot of people like hyped up the notch to be like extremely horrible and it's like the worst thing ever. Honestly, like it's not bad at all. I would have preferred no notch. And if the notch is one of the reasons why you're not buying the phone, then that's a horrible reason. That's not a good reason at all. There is no home button now, but that's kind of replaced with like gestures and stuff. But it has a bigger power button, so I don't really know why they made it bigger. But honestly, like it looks like such a premium device. It looks so nice. Now looking at the front, it has a 5.8-inch AMOLED screen. It kind of has a weird resolution screen. I have it on the video right now, but this is the highest resolution iPhone screen. It's super awesome. The OLED technology, the blacks are completely black, and it's just so awesome. And like I said, there's pretty much no bezel except the notch. Now I will have to see, because it's OLED, if it has like burn-in and stuff down the line. Maybe like in a month I'll check and stuff, but I don't think it will. OLED panels do have a chance of getting burn-in. Samsung, since this is a Samsung panel, I'm pretty sure they went in and made it so it's not going to be that bad. And actually, when you turn it on, the lock screen is a little bit different. Like up top, you'll see like the lock, so that shows you whether the Face ID is unlocked or not. And on the bottom, you'll see the gesture bar. And on the left, you'll see a flashlight. And on the right side, you'll see a camera. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you get this iPhone, some of the iPhones came with iOS 11.0.1. They did not update it to the 11.1. So, when I got mine, I got iOS 11.0.1 on it. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. It didn't seem that bad. But 11.1 is so much better, especially with my experience on my 6S Plus, on my 7, on all those other iPhones I've tested. 11.1 is not only better for speed and performance, but for battery life as well. So if you're getting an iPhone 10, double check that you're on the newest software. Now, speed and performance, obviously, it's going to be super awesome. It has 3 gigs of RAM, it has a hexa-core processor, and the Apple A11 chip. This thing's going to handle everything you throw on it, whether that's like switching between tons of apps or playing super intensive games. I could showcase that. I'm just playing like some game that I played, but this is the highest performance iPhone you can get right now, along with the A Plus, so it's going to handle everything you throw at it. Now, the iPhone 10 isn't perfect though. I have some problems, more specifically towards the software, and Apple can fix them down the line if they want to. The first way is like the way we get into multitasking is honestly like a hit or miss. You have to slide from the bottom and stop it about midway. Now, it seems pretty easy when you like watch the videos and see me doing it, but when you're actually doing it, like I accidentally end up closing the apps all the time. So I wish there was a way to add like the 3D touch on the side to get into multitasking. I turn on my assistive touch so I can click that and get into multitasking instead of having to swipe up every time. So hopefully they fix that. The second thing is like, I wish Apple let you close the apps in multitasking by just swiping away and swiping up. Instead, you actually have to get into multitasking in the first place. Then you have to hold it down and then swipe up. So it's kind of awkward. It's not going to be a big problem for a lot of people, but for me, it's just kind of like an annoyance that like, I'm so used to swiping up. I'm not used to like holding it down and like swiping up or clicking the minus button or whatever. And there's a few minor things too, but those are the main things. And one more thing, there's just so much space underneath the keyboard. It's just kind of like wasted space. And even when you like small things, like when you're changing the wallpaper, those buttons on the bottom, like the set or like cancel or whatever they're at the bottom, those buttons take up a lot of space too, even though they really don't need to. So I don't know whether that's like a resolution thing or whether they're gonna fix that down the line. It's kind of weird. Now, switching away from the problems, the battery life is actually pretty good. It has over a 2700 milliamp hour battery, and like I said earlier, some people might find bad battery life as soon as they open up their phone and use it for the first time. But make sure you're not on 11.0.1 or 11.0.3. Make sure you're updated to 11.1 because Apple fixed a lot of problems in 11.1. And another weird thing that you might not even notice is that there's no battery percentage on top. So there was no room for it. You can only see the battery percentage in the control center, so you can still see like the battery bar, but if you want to get the actual percentage, you have to swipe down and get into control center. But battery life is pretty cool, and this phone does have wireless charging, so that's pretty decent. I need to go ahead and pick one up. I haven't had a wireless charging phone in like 2 years. Now, switching to the back of the phone, the cameras are amazing. It's a 12 megapixel dual camera setup in the back. It's capable of 4K videos at 60 frames per second and even 1080p videos at 240 frames per second. So the videos this thing's going to take is going to be amazing. And on top of that, the photos are amazing too. I don't know if the photos are better than the iPhone 8s or the iPhone 8 Pluses, but it's definitely an awesome camera. And if you haven't played with one yet, I would recommend you guys go into the Apple Store and checking it out. It's super awesome. The portrait mode, all those new settings, mean, it's just awesome what Apple's capable of doing now. Now let's talk about Face ID for a second. At first, I was super hesitant about it, right? I was like, you know what? I've grown up with Touch ID, and that's the only thing I really want right now. Showing my face and all this stuff, like I'm ugly, so like I don't know if like it had something to do with Face ID or nothing. And now honestly, after setting up Face ID, I realized like it's not that big of a change. It doesn't make me type in my passcode as much. Like with my 6S Plus, whenever I hit the fingerprint sensor sometimes, it would make me type in the password. It's so annoying. But I haven't had to do that yet. So maybe if I'm kind of too far away from my phone, maybe it'll make me type in the password, or if I'm like kind of at an awkward angle. But I mean, if I'm looking straight at it like I usually am when I look at my phone, then that's pretty awesome. And a lot of people might think like, oh, what if I have my notifications and I wanted to see them? Will it just go back to the home screen? It won't, because Apple makes you, like I'm looking on my iPhone right now, and Apple makes you swipe up on the lock screen in order to access your phone. And I find that actually kind of cool. I actually prefer that a lot, because this allows you to actually look at the lock screen, see your notifications and stuff, and get it to your phone when you're ready. And that's pretty much it. I hit all the major things. Like I said, it's the best iPhone you can get right now. If you have an older iPhone, you have like an iPhone 6, a 6S or whatever, and you want to upgrade, this is the best upgrade you can do. But just remember that this phone does cost over $8,000. So, I mean, just keep that in mind when you're purchasing it. And I'll be making tons of videos comparing the iPhone 10 to all the other iPhones individually, just like what I did with the iPhone 8. If you're new to my channel, I cover like phones extensively. Go check back to my iPhone 8 videos where I compare that to like the iPhone 6, the 6S, the 5S, and I mean, you guys can get a gist of it yourself. So just stay tuned and I'll go into more details about those. If you're interested in purchasing the iPhone 10 or the iPhone 8 or any of these iPhones, consider doing it through the description link so I can get money and like help pay my taxes and stuff. But guys, ultimately, whatever you do, if you get the iPhone 10, if you don't, I'll still love you, I promise. And honestly, this is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to my channel, definitely feel free to add me on all the social networks you see on the screen. It's simple Alpaca on all social networks, so just follow me on those. I've been tweeting a lot more. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down if you guys have any questions or anything. If you guys want to see some certain things about the iPhone 10, just let me know, and if I see your comment, and then I might actually do that video. So keep it locked down in the comment section, but please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get 20,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen, but dude, I need everyone's support in order to do it. And it really helps grow this channel. It lets me go out and get more iPhones, get more Androids, and test them out. So yeah, please do that. But more importantly than anything else, I love every single one of you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.